Tony Andrews Farm. Did you ever come to the Harvest of Horrors at Halloween? Or perhaps you drove by and saw mountains of pumpkins in front of the farm stand. Maybe you spent a quiet afternoon in the fields picking peas or strawberries or those glorious sunflowers. Maybe you even knew Tony Andrews when he was Cape Cod's Strawberry King. Well, like so many good things, the Tony Andrews Farm is being sold, and soon it will be a memory, and it will be part of Falmouth's illustrious past. I'm Pat Thatcher, and I'm here to chat with Joe Andrews, one of Tony's sons, about the farm, their family's decision to sell it, and the memories they have and their hopes for the property.
I think everybody knows the story of Tony Andrews Farm. My dad came here from the Cape Verdean Islands in around the 1920s, joined my Uncle Peter, and they started off with 17 and a half acres, and they cleared all of this by hand using saws and dynamite, if I remember correctly, right? I don't remember. In two oxes. So then my dad got married to my mom in 1935. They met here on the farm. My mom came from Rhode Island, Providence, Rhode Island, with her sister and her mother's best friend. And, the cute part about it is when she met my dad, she actually didn't see him face to face the first time. She heard his voice, and she said in stories there later that she heard this man with this amazing voice. And it was dark that evening, so she didn't get a chance.
Power back then.
Yeah, right. So it was lanterns.
Okay.
And
so romantic.
and the next
Good
day
voice and
she
a
met
lantern.
him, and that was it. And then they had 7 children, all over the course of 25 years, and it was just a great romance with my mom and dad. I guess we were huge into strawberries back in the day, and we can remember as a kid, the gates opened at 7 o'clock in the morning, and there were literally cars parked, I would say at least a half mile down the street, ready to come in and pick strawberries. This is not a financial decision, so I want to make sure everybody's clear that we're not doing this as a means to, line people's pockets with things. This has just been a long time in the making, and as I told you a little earlier, Pat, that all the grandchildren have all gone off to different parts of the world and done great things, and it's who's going to take over when Jeff's done?
Right.
We all got to retire.
Indeed,
we all have to
do,
retire.
and that's part of planning, whether it's individual planning or family planning for the future. You have to come to those decisions.
It was a family decision to retire, pretty much.
What do you hope happens here?
Well, that's a loaded question. What would be great would be if it just all stayed the same, wouldn't it? So that way everybody can enjoy it. But it's going to, once, as you know, Pat, once the P&S is signed, anything is possible. So
right.
I wouldn't want to put any exclusion on it. But ideally, it would be great for it to stay similar to what it is today. On the other hand, if someone came in and wanted to do something in regard to senior housing, that would also be wonderful.
Which is a desperate need around here, given the demographics.
And the reason why I bring up senior housing is that my mom and dad were significantly involved with the seniors here in town for a very long time. The senior centers, particularly my mom. So,
there for a long time.
So we would like to see, that would be an awesome thing, in memory of my mom and dad.
Well, I think it has an interesting future coming to it, and certainly it's always going to be part of Falmouth's history and part of our memories, and so many people have enjoyed it over the years. So thank you.
Well, thank you
very
Pat.
much.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeff. Nice to meet you also.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. A nice history and family memories of Tony Andrews Farm, and we'll be looking forward to see what happens in this beautiful piece of property.